What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. I know we haven't had a lot of Dragon Ball content recently. During the off-season, there's not a lot of reveals to go through, and we haven't had a lot of time to be able to play. We do have a deck profile coming up for you as well, but today we're going to be discussing all of the recent announcements that have been made. Quite a few have been asking me if I was going to do a video on this, asking if we were doing videos at all. Yes to all of that. I just decided to compile it all into one video. So we're going to go ahead and go over all of this. Origins, the regionals, the promos, the new rulings, the outrage. And we're going to just tackle it one subject at a time. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what is probably the biggest takeaway from all of these announcements is all of the support they are doing for competitive events for other countries. Of course, we had North America, but now we have Latin America, we've got Asia, we've got Oceania, we've got Italy, we've got France, we've got Europe. I'm guessing Italy and France are kind of part of Europe. I guess they separated them for various reasons, maybe because they are different countries. And Europe is not a country, it's more of a continent. So maybe that's why they did it that way. I'm kind of wondering, though, if they're going to take the route similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, where, you know, you've got nationals in America, you've got nationals in Europe, in Asia, in, you know, wherever. And then all of the top competitors from the national tournaments would go to a Worlds tournament that would be held, you know, somewhere, and it'd be invite only, and you'd have to top at nationals in your respective country, which would be really cool. I realize we're only in like the second year for this game to, you know, to actually have like competitive support, but it would be really cool to see it take that route. As of right now, it looks like it's just going to be up to the point of nationals, and then you'll have a North American champion, an Asian champion, etc. So, but really cool that they are finally getting out there and giving more support to not just North America, because there are other people that are screaming for Bandai's attention and for more support, and they deserve that support as well. So before we go into discussing regionals, let's first talk about the preliminaries. This is kind of like a step above locals, but a step below regionals. Your preliminary prizing includes one championship pack, which we'll get to that a little bit later in this video. You get a MasterMariK card pack, which is pretty cool. They're just these little collectible cards, really. They literally cannot be used in the game. And then you'll get one of the event packs. First place, of course, is going to get two of those packs, two of those championship packs, another a regional invite, and a MasterMariK card pack. And top 1 out of 8 is going to get a championship pack, a MasterMariK pack, and a regional invite. Now, basically, the way I'm understanding it, I did my research a little bit before I wanted to make this video because I wanted to try and have the exact correct information, is I'm understanding that one person for every 8 players in a tournament gets an invite. So, say, for example, there's 8 players. That's just your tournament's 8 players. Oh, well, everybody is top 8, technically. Only first place, only the number 1 out of those 8 players is getting an invite. So in order for even second place to get an invite, there has to be a minimum of 16 players to get an invite to regionals. Now, let's discuss that for a minute, because having to have an invite to a regional event is beyond ridiculous. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For many, many, many years. Since the time it came out until just a few years ago. I played competitive at so many different locals. I played at numerous regionals, and I got a couple of my invites. But that's the thing, is like, it's a regional event. It's supposed to be an open event for everyone to go to, because it's the lower tier of like big competitive events. Locals can be competitive, but it's still just locals. And you can have like your bigger events at locals, but as far as the big competition goes, it's regionals, and then nationals, and then, in the case of games that have it, worlds. So, to have to get an invite to go to regionals is ridiculous. For various reasons. The first one being, if your locals does not get a huge turnout, you're not getting an invite unless you get first place. However, Bandai has said here, if players with regional invites place in the top 1 out of 8, they still get their prizes, but the invite goes to the next player below them. So, as long as you continuously turn out at your events, eventually you can get an invite. Is it going to make you feel great? Probably not. If it's like, well, you get the invite because you're the only one left. But, at the same time, there shouldn't be an invite to regionals anyways. So it says, for example, an 8-player tournament, if the first player already has the invite, the second place player gets the invite instead. But all the prizes still go to first place. So you can still get an invite to regionals. You just have to continuously turn up to your locals and just play. That's all you got to do. Which, I mean, most of you are probably doing anyways. The bigger issue I have with this is, what about the players that don't have a locals? Or that have to travel to a locals. And if they're having to travel to a locals, it's not their locals. So they're already having to go way out of their way just to play the game because there's nowhere in their area that supports the game. Even in my area, we get support, but like we can't get support like some of the bigger stores get. Like we're not getting tournament packs left and right, we're not getting kits, you know, all that stuff. We're not getting the promos for, like, the power booster sets. And, you know, luckily for me, travel time to my locals isn't too far. But I've seen some people saying, you know, they have to travel 2 hours to play at locals. I'm sorry. There's absolutely no way that I am driving 2 hours to play a card game. Unless I'm playing in a regional. I'm not doing it. I like this game a lot, but there's no way I would do that. I would not even do that during my high times during Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm not going to spend 2 hours of my day driving to a place. That's just the one trip back. Then you got to go back home. That's 4 hours out of my day. And I can't be bothered with that. And you shouldn't have to either. Now, as if it wasn't bad enough, now the store preliminaries have their own set of rules. It says that stores can register to hold these preliminaries, the top 8, blah, 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 but the players will need to have a BCC ID and the app on their phone. First of all, let's get into some shit with this real quick. Because I've noticed there are kids that play this game. I've not seen anybody younger than maybe high school play it, personally, but I know there are kids that play it. What are they going to do? What if these kids don't have a phone to put the app on? Because, for example, and I don't know how the app works because I've never used it, even if their parent has the app on their phone, can they have both BCC IDs on it? I don't know. You guys can let me know. You guys might know more than I do. But, point being, like, what if they don't, you know, it's ridiculous. And to play, just to play in a locals. Just to play in your locals. Now, unless store preliminaries are, like, random events, and it's not just locals, it's kind of like separate, almost like a scheduled event. But it's ridiculous just to have requirements to be able to play in your locals. What if you don't even care? What if you don't even care? You're literally there to just play, and you're like, I don't care if I get my invite, I don't care about any of that, I just want to play. But then they can't even play the game they're spending money on these cards for because of these ridiculous new rules. And it says the BCC ID is required to participate. It's required to participate in regionals, as regional invites are displayed in the app and must be presented when entering the venue, which is absolutely insane. Again, this is for regionals, not nationals, but regionals. For players who have issues getting the app, regional invites will also show up on the BCC for players' sites as well. Players should present BCC player site on their phones instead. But again, still, on your phone. Unfair acquisition and trading of finals invites is strictly prohibited. Any players engaging in these activities will lose their invites. Okay, but if it's linked to your ID, which is linked to the app or the website, it physically cannot be traded. You can't trade the ID unless you're going to change your identity. And so I don't even know why that's worth mentioning. It's not like they give you a certificate that says, hey, here's your invite, and someone can just turn around and sell it to the next player. At the very least, they did make it in the rules to where if the player already has their invite, then it goes to the next runner-up. So that's something to take away from it at least. But even to hold these tournaments, you have to have your store has to do this whole master tournament management crap. I'm not even sure if my store will end up doing it. Any tournaments of this type without this will not be recognized as official and will not receive further support from Bandai. So, basically, if I'm understanding this correctly, if they don't do that, if my locals don't do this, we're not even going to get tournament pack support anymore. Why does it feel like Bandai is trying to kill this game? They're almost trying to be dictators to this game. They go on to say, no exceptions will be made, even if a store is unable to get TCG Meister to work, has PC issues, etc. Please be aware before signing up. So, if there's issues with the sign up, then they don't give a shit. That shows me they don't actually care about this game. They don't actually care about the players, and I kind of am concerned for the longevity of it. I mean, I really am. I don't want this game to go anywhere because I really enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other support we can get for stuff like androids or more boost support or, future trunks. But if this keeps up, they're going to kill the game by alienating their player base. Please send tournament results via this, blah, 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 as soon as it's concluded. Please be aware that standings are considered final and cannot be changed, so make sure with your players the standings are accurate. So if there's a data entry error, whoops, sorry. Oh, this person was supposed to be in second place and runner-up to get this invite. Well, oh well, better luck next time. Lastly, they've said that regionals will take place at 4 venues across North America in July and September. So, those 2 months. 2 months. That's it for regionals. 2 months. Why? Why are they only limiting it to so little events to be able to participate in? I remember there being multiple regionals in Yu-Gi-Oh! Every single month of the year. And then, only 4? Here's the reason I don't go to a lot of regionals to begin with. I've only been to 1 regional, is because they don't have them near my area. I either have to travel to, like, Florida, or I'd have to travel up to, like, New York, or all the way to, like, North Carolina, or, Zeno forbid, travel way out to the west. I don't have the time. I can't make the time to be able to do that. And I shouldn't have to. Sure, with Yu-Gi-Oh! I've had to drive, like 2 hours for a regional. That's not a big deal. The one that they had in Atlanta that I went to, it was only 2 hours. Like, it still sucks that it's that far, but it's not terribly far for me to be able to, make the trip. So, now, if they're only going to have it in 4 places across the entire continent between 2 months of July and September, there's a pretty damn good chance I am not going to a regional even if I get my invite. Finals will be taking place at a single venue in North America sometime in October 2019. We're releasing more, blah, blah. And that's a little more reasonable, because that's like, that's your nationals, basically. And while they never had nationals at a convenient location for me to play in with Yu-Gi-Oh! I can guarantee that they definitely won't be with this game based on the way they've handled their big event locations thus far. Which this really upsets me, especially considering the amazing looking cards that are going to be in the new championship pack. Just like the previous ones we had, the red Vegeta was killer, the blue Trunks, the art was absolutely amazing, and the deck I built around it is super fun to play. And then looking at these cards, they're fantastic as well. The art is just top tier with these cards. But they're going to be stupid expensive if there are literally an invite-only event to even get the damn things. Now, with them passing them out at the store preliminaries for stores that can actually, sign up for them, then it might not be as bad if you're getting one every time you play. Even at once a week, you're getting cards here and there, you can trade for them. But to not be able to go to the regionals and just scoop up some dope promos is just, it's ridiculous. That's part of the whole point to a big event, is to be able to at least go and get something for going out, spending your day, just participating in the game. Now, let's start with Son Gohan the Avenger. He's just, the art on this card is amazing. He's actually got counter attack. If your leader card is red, negate the attack and play this card. During your opponent's turn, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So, he works similar to the Topo that we got in set 3. negates the attack. He comes out at 2 less energy. He's got 20,000 power. He's a Saiyan. He's red. He's also human. If you were building a, there's so many different decks you could play that could actually have support just for this card alone. When you play this card on your opponent's turn, you get to choose up to, it looks like one, maybe, probably not more than one, of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards. It gets minus 5,000 for the duration of the turn. So you could, drop him in, he negates an attack, and then, bam, you're going to snipe their leader or, and prevent them from doing something. Or, if they're running a deck like, say, the skillless deck, you can just drop it and kill one of their 1-drops, and oh, well, there goes that strategy. Now, this one I'm really excited for, and I'm really looking to find a way to play him, is Trunks, Forerunner of Hope. He's a 3-drop, 15k. His auto says, at the end of your turn, if your leader card is blue, you can choose one of your battle cards in your energy, other than Trunks, Forerunner of Hope, that are blue, and no other colors that have an energy cost of 3 or less, and 15,000 power or more, and play them. If you do, add this card to your energy. So, in a way, it's kind of like energy manipulation, but you have to use 3 energy to play him. And then at the end of your turn, you can put him in your energy in active mode and play a battle card from your energy in active mode. So it would give you 1 energy at the end of your turn, but he doesn't have critical or anything like that. So what is he really doing that's worth spending the 3 energy on him? Now, there are a lot of Future Trunks support right now, and again, human and Saiyan support. So there's probably a pretty dope way to be able to play him, but he is restricted to a blue leader, which is a good thing because some cards just need to be restricted to either an archetype or a leader type or even just a color in general. Then we've got Broly, Everlasting Vengeance. He's a 2-drop, looks like 15k as well. His activate main is 2 green. If your leader card's green, you can play this card from your drop area. So, I'm not really sure what that's supposed to help, since you can play him from your drop area, but you're playing him for the same as his normal color cost. The only upside I can see with him is you could pair him with that, the healing pod that lets you, draw a card and whatever when a battle card comes to the board from your drop area, but I don't know. I can't really see a whole lot you can do with this Broly card just yet. And then we've got Kaba, the Revoker. It's actually yellow. Kind of weird to see a Universe 6 Saiyan as a yellow. I can't tell if he actually has the Universe 6 tag. He's a counterattack as well. When you play this card, if your leader card is yellow, negate the attack and play this card. When you play this card, if your leader card is yellow, choose up to either 1 or 2 of your opponent's battle cards and negate their skill for the duration of the turn. So he's literally a counterattack with a built-in cold bloodlust. That's absurd. It's insane. Especially because, at least Cold Bloodlust has a timing window, where this just says, nope, you and you. You're not doing shit for the rest of this turn. Of course, luckily it doesn't get around barrier, but, jeez, it just gives so much skill control to yellow, and to combine that with Bloodlust with a Frieza leader, you're shutting down your opponent's ability to play, and it's crazy. Then lastly, we've got Vegeta, the Time Regulator. Of course, he's going to be Xeno Vegeta. He's also a 2-cost 15k as well. Once per turn, when you play a battle card with Overwhelm, you get to choose, looks like one of your battle cards' energy costs of 2 or 3 or less in your warp and place it at the bottom of your deck. If you place the battle card at the bottom of your deck, you get to draw a card. So, it's a once per turn effect, and you're going to play him, like normal. So, he's not an Overwhelm card, so he's going to stay on the board. So, every time you Overwhelm, you can place a card at the bottom of your deck. So, I guess it would kind of, it keeps you from thinning out your deck too much, and you get to recycle stuff that you do warp, which is nice, because sometimes, you don't want to run Overwhelm with certain combos, but this allows you to recycle those cards back into your deck. Now, on the top, we've got the Championship Pack versions. This is what you would get for preliminaries if they give them out, and then for regional invites or regional events. And then the Championship limited version, the finals version at the bottom, the gold, that would be what you would get for going to nationals. Now, personally, I like the colored versions better. I like the championship, the regular ones. The red with the Gohan looks great. The blue with the Trunks. The green with the Broly. They look really good that way. However, I do like the golden finals versions because the characters kind of stand out a little bit more. So I like them both. Both the designs are really solid. Just your way to acquire these cards is not as solid as the artwork. Let me know in the comments below which of these cards you think is going to actually have any impact on the game, and if you think that they'll be of any use with their respective archetypes. I'm really looking forward to using the Trunks, but I'm pretty sure it's the Kaba and the Gohan that are going to be the most useful ones. Then we've got the MariK cards that you get for participating, and then of course you get more for topping. These ones are a little different than the ones we had with the previous season, where these have all 12 of the Gods of Destruction from the separate universes. I particularly don't care for really any of the Gods of Destruction, if I'm being honest. Beerus would be really the only one I'd care about getting, maybe Champa. But otherwise, like, I just don't really care. I do like that the card designs are slightly different colors. They got the numbers in the back, and the colors vary as you go from Universe 1 up to Universe 12. So that's pretty dope, but these are just... more or less, they're just saying, hey, this is something cool, a little collectible thing that you get for just for being here and for playing the game. And then for the region champions, for each of the 5 regions, or 7 regions, I guess I should say, each of those first place champions will get limited edition leader cards. I believe they said that they're going to be leaders that we already have, but they're going to be special, like alternate art variations. I'm assuming they're going to be foiled. These are different than the metal cards, I'm pretty sure. Although I could be wrong. You know, as we get closer to the regional season, we'll call it, we'll, you know, hopefully get more information. But it'd be pretty cool for them to give out, like, alternate art stuff. But I'm not really sure I like the idea of them giving out cards that literally only 5 people in the world would possibly have. I think that would be a bit too unfair unless they were very, very archetype specific and more just a fun card to play as. Then I want to just briefly touch on Origins 2019. You're going to have special Origins event packs. They're basically the exact same cards that come in the current event packs minus the Broly from set 6. It's got the same art, same coloration. It's just got the gold stamp on it, which personally I don't like the gold stamps anyways. I would rather my cards just be foil because it looks better, and to me the stamps just look kind of cheap. Each event at Origins will also have its own mat design, and of course there will be participation mats. There will be top 16, you know, top 8, first place, second place, whatever. The one for singles is going to be Shenron. It's going to have Goku and Gohan riding on Nimbus on it. The mat for the draft tournament is going to be based on the Broly movie. It's going to have Super Saiyan God Gogeta with the enraged Super Saiyan Broly in the background. The art looks dope. I love the colors. I just don't care for either of the characters. And then for the Gunslinger event, it's going to be Bojack and his space pirates. And honestly, like, I wouldn't even want this mat. I don't like the characters. The movie was okay for certain points, but they were just really bland. I know other people might like them, but I don't know. I wouldn't care to have this mat. I would probably participate in the draft event anyways, just because draft play is the most fun in my personal opinion, and it takes the most skill as well. First, second, and third place for the singles tournaments get these gold-stamped anniversary box Sensu Beans. Again, the stamp, like, the card itself isn't foil. If it was foil plus the stamp, that'd be one thing. But honestly, if the Sensu Bean alt art is going to come foil out of the anniversary boxes, I would think that would look better than the stamps any day. Sure, it might have some bragging rights, but I would rather keep that and just have it kind of like as a collector's item, kind of as a trophy to show off, but then just play with the foil cards in my deck. The same thing goes for the team tournaments. First, second, and third place get gold stamped cards of the Saiyan Kaba, the Objection, and the Flying Nimbus alternate arts. Again, these cards would look so much better foils, especially the Objection and the Flying Nimbus with the art design plus the color. It would just, the gold stamp just is not going to compare, in my opinion. Now, what I'm not sure of is one team gets 3 cards. So, does that mean the 3 players in the team have to decide who's getting Kaba, who's getting Objection, who's getting Flying Nimbus? Because that's kind of fucked up. I know which one I would prefer. Or actually, I would prefer the Objection or the Flying Nimbus. I've never used Kaba, and I don't play Red a whole lot, and when I do, it's usually with, like, Red Saiyans, which is, like, the Red Vegito leader and stuff like that. But still, like, that's kind of dumb to make a team split up 3 cards. Each member of the team should get 3 cards, and I hope that is how that is, for, everybody else's sake. Then, while I'm sure we've probably gone over these cards before, for those that don't know, we have 2 new cards that are part of the expansion sets, sealed tournaments. I'm really hoping that my area will get some of these because I really want to play a set of these Goku Black cards. But you got Goku Black and there's a Broly. The Goku Black is a 2-drop blue, 15k. It says when you play this card from your hand, at the end of this turn, if there's a card that is both blue and yellow in your energy area, draw 2 cards, choose a card in your hand, place it in your drop area, then choose one of your blue or yellow energy and switch it to active mode. Now, this card itself doesn't do jack, but it lets you switch energy to active mode, and you can draw 2 cards, but you're discarding 1, so you're really only getting a +1 and an untap. I think he should have had Barrier, or maybe Indestructible or something, because otherwise he's not really staying on the field, but then again, he's not a whole lot of threat either, so your opponent may not even bother to try and get rid of him. As for the Broly, this is OG Broly, so not the Dragon Ball Super variant. He's also a 2-cost, 15k. When you play this card from your hand, at the end of the turn, if there's a card that's red and green in energy, you do the same exact thing. You draw 2 cards, you discard a card, and then you choose a number of your opponent's battle cards with a total energy cost of 3 or less and KO them. So, Goku Black gives you an extra energy, which goes along with the blue theme. The Broly KOs like little guys. The Broly might actually be a little bit better. Both effects, they're really only good for that turn. So, unless you're planning to, like, evolve over them, it's only when you activate them from your hand, or when you play the card from your hand, so you couldn't even use them in like a Wish deck with Child's Wish or anything like that. The last thing I want to go over is the new cards for the Power Booster for World Martial Arts Tournament. Unlike the previous 2 that we got for sets 4 and 5, this set has 20 new cards. Not just 5, but actually 20 cards, which is absurd. Especially considering none of the stores in my area get this support. One of the cards we've got Moon Destroying Kamehameha. It's a 1-cost yellow extra card. We've got Mateo, or whatever his name is. It's Skill of a Sage. He's the guy that taught Roshi how to use the Mafuba. He's a 1-cost, 4,000 yellow. And we've got Master Roshi, Martial Master. He's a 1-cost yellow 4k. We got Chaozu the Loyal. He's a 2-cost yellow 4k. We got Son Goku Savage Great Apes, a 4-cost 20,000. He's got an activate main that's costs 1 yellow. He's literally got just a paragraph. He's got an essay. He's got a school book report of dialogue text. It's insane. We got Mr. Boo the Mischievous. It's a 1-cost blue 4,000. I love the art, but I know I'm not going to be able to do anything with it because he's Mr. Boo. We got Dende, Astute, a Savior. He's a 1-cost 1,000. Also with his own good little paragraph there. We got Videl, Proudest Mother. She's a 4-cost 5,000 blue. We got Son Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. They're both 4 costs. They're both 19,000 power. They're going to work probably similar to the way the Trunks and Goten worked in this set. To where they both have to be on the field to be able to trigger their specific abilities. Then we've got a 7-cost announcer, Witness of History. He's a 20,000. Why he is 7 cost is beyond me. He's got to have either some dope skills or something. It looks like in his character box, in his text box, it looks like there's counter. I think it's counter play, but it's kind of hard to tell. We've got Hercule, the World Tournament King. He's a 1-cost, 5,000. I think him and the announcer are black cards. King Piccolo, Limitless Power. It's a 4-cost, 20,000 green. I like that because it's more King Piccolo stuff, and I would really like to dive a little more into being able to play King Piccolo decks and play with Namix and stuff like that. Then we got Piccolo Jr., Arena Wrecker. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power. We got Kami, Ethereal Technique. He's a 1-cost, 5,000 green. And then we got Heroes Mafuba, which is a 1-cost green extra card. That card looks like that would be amazing foil. It would actually look fantastic if it had a similar foil to the Piccolo and Hero SPRs that we got in the World Martial Arts Tournament set. And then lastly for red, we've got a 2-drop Deborah, the Insurmountable. He's a 15,000. We got I Am Number 1. It's a 3-cost red extra card. We got Vegeta Unyielding Temperament. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power. Hopefully he's got some synergy with the Majin stuff, just because I know Majin Vegeta is such a popular iteration of the character, and probably the best iteration overall. And then we got Bobbity, the Mastermind. He's a 4-cost, 5,000 power. He better have some good effects for him being a 4-cost card that has such a low power. Now, a few of the cards I have seen have been translated. They've, yeah, more or less, because you can't read anything from this pixelated crap. And none of these cards are on the website. So Kami, he's the 1-cost green card. Says if your leader card is a World Tournament card and you have 5 or more energy, choose 1 card from your life and place it in the drop area. Then choose 1 Destined Conclusion Piccolo Jr. from your deck and place it on top of this card. Then shuffle your deck. If you played a card using this effect, play Destined Conclusion Hero from your hand. That's insane. I love that, because that allows me to play, like, I have a play, I won't say I have a playset. I have 2 SPRs of the Hero, 2 SPRs of the Piccolo, and green was my favorite color in the World Martial Arts set, and I would love to be able to have a card that says, hey, play them both from your hand, do some shit. And I like that. I feel like the World Martial Arts Tournament had some fun strategies, some fun archetypes that they just needed some support, and that's some good support for it. And then the 7-drop Announcer has Deflect, according to... actually, yeah, that makes sense, because there was a red text box in front of the green one, so it would say Deflect, can't be affected by counterplay. When you play this card, and if your leader card is World Tournament, choose all World Tournament battle cards with different names from your hand that aren't Announcer cards and play them. Oh my god. So he's just going to dump your entire hand. That's wild. Granted, he's a 7-cost, but holy shit. Which works pretty well, too, because aside from, like, 1 variant of the World Martial Arts Tournament decks that I can recall, most of them were kind of more stally and, like, just all about keeping advantage and getting to the 5-cost Goku and Vegetas, so this wouldn't be too much out of the way by comparison. The last card that I've seen translated is Hercule World Tournament King. It says when you play this card, choose a World Tournament card from your deck or drop area, add it to your hand. So that's really not a broken card, not a bad card either. It has to be World Tournament though. So I'm guessing it would have to be a battle card, I'm assuming, but you can search out your super combo. Or one of your, combo pieces. But I don't think that's overly busted either. I do really like that Kami, though, and I can already tell that green is going to be the color I'm going to have fun with for this set. If anybody else has seen any of these other cards deciphered, please let me know in the comments below. Either link it to me, or you can just copy and paste the effects. That'd be greatly appreciated. I would like to see more for this set and be able to... see what else I can come up with so that we can get some good ideas brewing. But that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. It was a little bit longer than I expected, and hopefully with editing it won't be as long of a video. But there was just so much stuff to cover and a lot of different things that people were asking me about. So I just figured I'd give my opinions on everything. If you guys have any opinions, or you guys have any comments, or have more information, whether it be about Origins, whether it be about the regionals, the preliminaries, these promos for the power boosters, let me know, because I would really like to know more information. I want to make sure this game isn't going to just be completely killed by the creators. I've heard Bandai has a bad habit of doing that with their TCG games, and between just the entertainment that we get from this game and the phenomenal art, the foiling is just—it's amazing, and I really don't want to see this game stop anytime soon. There's so many more things they can do. There's so many characters that don't have leaders. There's so many characters that don't even really have cards in the game at all. We could get like a Deborah leader. We could get Nappa. We could get Raditz. We could get there's characters like Pycon, King Cold, Future Gohan. There's so much more they can do with this game, and I really don't want to see them run it into the ground. But like I said, let me know in the comments below. I love discussing everything about this game with you guys, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there, playing more, and getting to finally give you guys a bunch of deck profiles for you to go over as well. With that, though, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, because this video is probably already way too long as it is, and we'll see you guys in the next video.